Hello students, welcome back to the class. Last time we began with the chapter The Summer of a Beautiful White Horse, where we read about two children, Aram and Murad, who had longing to ride a horse. And the last lines where we left there, Murad told Aram that it was not easy to get the horse to behave nicely as it wanted to run wild at first. He also told him again that he had a way with the horse and he could get them to do better whatever he wants to. Horses understood him. Now, continuing with the chapter, Aram asked him, "How do you do it?" I said, "I have an understanding with the horse." He said, "Yes, but what sort of an understanding?" I said, "A simple and honest one." He said, "Well," I said, "I wish I knew how to reach an understanding like that with the horse." "You are still a small boy," he said. "When you get to be 13, you will know how to do it." I went home and ate a hearty breakfast. So Aram, he amusingly asked him how he controlled the horse, to which Murad said he has an understanding with the horse. Aram asked him what sort of understanding did he have with him, to which Murad told him a simple and honest one. Aram confessed he would also like to know how to have an understanding with the horse. Murad assured Aram by saying that he is still a small boy and he will learn when he will be 13. And then Aram went home and ate hearty breakfast. Hearty breakfast here means full of stomach. So he enjoyed the breakfast. That afternoon, my uncle Khusro came to our house. I hope you remember Uncle Khusro, who was known for his crazy streak. So he came to Aram's house for coffee and cigarettes. He sat in the parlor. What is a parlor? It is a sitting space in a house. So he sat in the parlor, sipping and smoking and remembering the old country. Then another visitor arrived, farmer named John Byro. So the next character is introduced. He is a farmer. His name is John Byro and he is in Assyrian. Who out of loneliness had learned to speak Armenian. Out of loneliness, because he had come to that place, he was not from that place, but to be in contact with the other person of the area, he learned to speak Armenian. My mother brought the lonely visitor coffee and tobacco, and he rolled a cigarette and sipped and smoked, and then at last, sighing sadly, he said, "My white horse, which was stolen last month, is still gone. I cannot understand it." My uncle Khusro became very irritated and shouted, "It's no harm. What is the loss of a horse? Haven't we all lost the homeland? What is this crying over a horse?" So here, Uncle Khusro, he got angry, he got irritated when John Byro, who learned to speak Armenian because of loneliness, and he told that about his missing white horse, which was stolen last month, and he is not able to find it. Khusro roared again that it's no harm and shouted that why he was crying over a lost horse when they had lost their homeland, because they had lost their homeland in the sense they have moved to another place, they have moved to different place because they have been thrown out of their native land. That may be all right for you, a city dweller, to say, John. So John Byro answered to Khusro's questions, and he says that it might be okay with you because you are a city dweller. City dweller means one who lives in city. Byro said, "But what of my surrey?" Surrey is a light four wheeled carriage with two seats facing forward. So he basically, in Hindi, if I say it's a ghoda gadi, so he says, what's good is a surrey without a horse. Definitely, if horse is not there, what a person is going to do with the surrey? Pay no attention to it, my uncle Khusro rode. I walked 10 miles to get here, John Byro said. So again, Uncle Khusro shouted that don't pay attention to it. But John Byro, he is telling that what means losing a horse because he had to walk 10 miles to reach the city. Upon this, Uncle shouted that you have legs and you can move anywhere. But what John Byro says, he says that my left leg pains me, the farmer said. Again, Khusro Road, pay no attention to it. Then farmer said that that horse cost me $60, means he bought that horse for $60. I spit on money, my uncle Khusro said. So he doesn't pay any value to money, and he doesn't think that money has any value. So he says that I spit on money. He got up and stalked out of the house. Stalked out means walk out in angry way. So he got up and he stalked out of the house, slamming. Slamming means shutting with force and noise. You must have done it uh, when you become angry and you get out from that place. So you open the door forcefully and you close it with the noise. So that is called slamming. So even Khusro, he got up and he stalked out of the house, slamming the screen door. My mother explained. So mother, she explained to John Byro that he has a gentle heart. Mr. Khusro, he has a gentle, he has a courteous, he has a heart with feeling, she said. It is simply that he is homesick. Homesick means since he is away from home, he is sad because he's away from his home, away from his family, and such a large man. Large man means big man. The farmer went away, and I ran over to my cousin Murad's house. He was sitting under a peach tree, trying to repair the hurt wing of a young robin which could not fly. He was talking to the bird. What is it? He said. The farmer, John Byro, I said, he visited our house. He wants his horse. You have had it a month. I want you to promise not to take it back until I learn to ride. So when Aram mother told John that Uncle Khusro had a gentle heart and he was homesick and such a big man, then Aram, he left his home and went to Murad, who was sitting under a peach tree talking to a robin bird. And Murad was repairing the wing that was hurt. Aram told him about John Byro and how he visited their house and he wanted his horse. Then he asked him not to return the horse until he learns to ride it. So when Aram said this, on this Murad said that it will take you a year to learn to ride, my cousin, Murad said. We could keep the horse a year, I said. My cousin Murad leaped to his feet, means he got up on his feet. What? He roared. Are you inviting a member of the Garoglanian family to steal? The horse must go back to its true owner. When? I said. In 6 months at the latest, he said. So Murad told Aram that he will take him a whole year to learn to ride a horse. Upon this, Aram said that they could keep him for a year then. And Murad, he stood up on his feet and shouted at him about encouraging him to be a thief in spite of being a member of Garoglanian family. And we all know that Garoglanian family is known for its honesty and trust. Then Murad declared that the horse should go to his true owner. Aram asked when would they have to return the horse, to which Murad said, in 6 months. He threw the bird into the air. The bird tried hard, almost fell twice, but at last flew away high and straight. So here, Murad, he threw the bird into the air. It almost fell twice, but flew at last. Now, every morning for 2 weeks, my cousin Murad and I took the horse out of the barn of the deserted vineyard where we were hiding it and rode it. And every morning, the horse, when it was my turn to ride alone, leaped over grapevines and small trees and threw me and ran away. Nevertheless, here means in spite of, I hoped in time to learn to ride the way my cousin Murad rode. So, for the next 2 weeks, both would take the horse out of the barn and ride it, but every morning the horse would throw Aram and run away whenever he tried to ride it. But still, he hoped that he would learn to ride it the way his cousin did. One morning, on the way to Fatwajian's deserted vineyard, we ran into the farmer John Byro, who was on his way to town. So, one day, on the way to the deserted vineyard to hide the horse again, they met John Byro, who was on his way to town. Let me do the talking, my cousin Murad said. I have a way with farmers. So here also he insisted on talking to John Byro, saying that he had a way with farmers. Good morning, John Byro, my cousin Murad said to the farmer. The farmer studied the horse eagerly, means he looked at the horse very carefully. Good morning, son of my friends, he said. What is the name of your horse? My heart. So, what name they had kept? The name of the horse is My Heart. My cousin Murad said in Armenian. A lovely name, John Byro said, for a lovely horse. Means beautiful. So it was a lovely name for this beautiful, a beautiful name for this beautiful horse. I could swear it is the horse that was stolen from me many weeks ago. May I look into his mouth? So here, when Byro complimented that it was a lovely name for a lovely horse, he also swore that it was his horse that was stolen weeks ago, and he asked if he could look into his mouth. Of course, Murad said. The farmer looked into the mouth of the horse. Tooth for tooth, he said. I would swear. Swear means take oath. कहते ना कसम खाना. So he said, I can swear on it. It is my horse if I didn't know your parents. Mark these words. He says that I would have swore it on that it is my horse if I didn't know your parents. He said that it was his horse. He could have taken a swear on it if he didn't know his parents. Then further he says that yet the horse is the twin of my horse, means the horse was a twin of his horse. A suspicious man would believe his eyes instead of his heart. He further said that since his family is all for honesty, but the horse looks just like the one he lost, and a man who is suspicious would easily believe his eyes and not his heart. So, A person who is suspicious means who believes on his eyes and not on his heart definitely would say that it is his horse. But since John Byro, he knows his knows the family of the children and knows that they belong to a family which is known for their honesty, so he is not claiming that it is his own horse. Good day, my young friends. So he wished them and went away. Good day, John Byro, my cousin Murad said. Early the following morning. So, Murad, the next morning, they took the horse. We took the horse to John Byro's vineyard and put it in the barn. So, they took the horse to John Byro's vineyard and they put it in his barn. Barn, I told you, it's a place where grains are stored. Uh, The dogs followed us around without making a sound. The dogs, I whispered to my cousin Murad. I thought they would bark. So the dogs also followed them, but they did not make any sound. And Aram was surprised, and thought that they would be making sound, but they didn't bark. Murad replied that they would not bark at them since he had a way with dogs. So here also he says that he had a way with dogs. He had that talent of dealing them. My cousin Murad put his arms around the horse, pressed his nose into the horse's nose, and patted. Patted means stroked. Patted means stroked. So Murad, he put his arms around the horse and then pressed his nose into his horse's nose. He patted him and then they went away. That afternoon, John Byro came to our house in his surrey and showed my mother the horse that had been stolen and returned. I do not know what to think, he said. The horse is stronger than ever, better tempered, means of better temperament. Otherwise, this horse, it never allowed anyone to ride to be on its back, but he says now it is better tempered too. I thank God. My uncle Khusro, who was in the parlor, became irritated and shouted, Quiet, man, quiet. Your horse has been returned. Pay no attention to it. So, as I said, that after leaving the horse in the uh, John Byro's vineyard, the same afternoon, John came to Aram's house in his surrey and showed his mother his horse that returned. He also said that he didn't know what to think as the horse is much stronger now with a better temper. He thanked God. Uncle Khusro, who was in the parlor, again shouted irritated, Quiet, man, quiet. Your horse has been returned. Pay no attention to it. Means horse's health and temperament, it had improved. And the boys, they returned horse. Why they returned horse? Because their family's name and honor were at stake, and they did not want to bring a bad repute to it through their actions and their conscience. It pricked them, and as a result they returned the horse. Now we have finished this chapter, and if you have any problem, ask me in the group, and if you have understood it, then I would like you to complete the question answers of this chapter. Okay, so see you in the next class. Good day and take care.